welcome back to AIC. I know that it has been a while. I've just been really trying to relax, put in some study hours and just working as well and getting through life. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new on the channel, my name is Rachel. I talk about everything actuarial science related, career, spirituality, fashion, style, vlogging. So today we're kind of just getting into like beauty and lifestyle or whatever the category is for this, but yeah, talking about my laser hair treatment and just my experience so far, the process. I know that I did like a Q&A on my Instagram. That was beginning of the year, so like January. So this video is really long overdue. My apologies. I'm finally answering some of the questions people had regarding laser hair treatment, and just I guess some of the other questions in regards to the process. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking at my laptop just so I don't forget anything. First thing first, people are gonna ask like, oh, what is the laser hair treatment about, or what is it about, what's the fuss? I think for me personally, it has always been like a goal that since I think I was in high school, I struggled with my like hair removal techniques and just like really stressed about the whole thing growing up and having like a hairy body and all of that. So like this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And so for me, I see it as like a permanent solution to hair removal. I know there are some sources that say it's not really a permanent because you still need to go for like checkups once a year or whatever, just for touch-up. But I see it as a permanent solution because I don't need to shave every month, every week, whatsoever. And so yeah, before we dive deep into it, I just also want to give like a high level overview of what laser hair removal or laser hair treatment is. So basically what happens is that the laser light is exposed to the follicles of the hair, and then they destroy that, so they either like don't grow back or they grow back slowly. So that's what laser hair treatment is about. And yes, it is very, very painful, and I'm gonna go and dive into that as well. So the first question was, how is the process? Does it hurt? Prices. Honestly, first of all, how is the process? So the process is basically, for me, I got my big girl job. It was my dream to like go through this process once I get my big girl job. So I went to online, kind of searched up like places nearby that like do it, and I wanted to make sure that it's like professionally done. So I searched up like this place. It turns out they also had like some discounts here and there the time I searched them up. So then I called them. I had like a face-to-face interview, like telling them this is where I want to have my hair removed. So for me, my goal was first of all my underarms, or like my armpits. That's because that's the area that I stress mostly about. Like I've tried like shaving once a week, hair creaming, waxing, and it was just still not working. Like with shaving, I'll get razor bumps that sometimes even turned into sores, because like, you know, during the summer you also sweat, and it's just so bad. And then creaming as well. Sometimes creaming, just after a day the hair is already growing back, and it just doesn't really do a good job for me. That's what I think. And it also kind of makes your skin really like dark, like it makes it very pigmented. And then waxing, when I'm at home in Namibia, I go to a professional to be waxed. But here it's really expensive. You can spend around $150 per month to like wax, and I thought that's just a lot doing that per month, that, you know, it adds up and everything. And you know, waxing is also painful. So I started kind of doing it by myself. I bought like a whole body waxing kit, so I'll do my underarms and my bikini area by myself in college. But then also at some point, I think either I wasn't doing it right, or I was just like paranoid because of everything. At some point I felt like it was doing more than just removing my hair. I feel like it was also like removing skin at certain parts. So that was like yeah, so I definitely needed to do that. So underarms, and then I also did like a full Brazilian bikini. So what that is like your whole bikini area, your whole like private part, and I also did like a pre-anal hair removal, so like your whole bikini, your whole private part going backwards, so like all the hair there. So that's what full Brazilian bikini is, basically everywhere. So that's what they remove. And then the other thing was my side bends. I don't know if you guys could tell, but like I was born with like really like low or whatever high side bends. My side bends were all over, like they were until here. And so growing up I always had extra hair, or like really like long side bends, and I didn't really have a problem with that. Like I've always been okay with that, especially because they didn't grow any longer. But I realized that since I started like taking some hormonal pills to help with my period pains and all of that, I started realizing that there's been like a little bit of growth, and I didn't want it to like get out of control. So I was like, I might as well use this opportunity to like just get that, you know, done and over with, and just get rid of it before it gets out of control. So yeah, my armpits, full Brazilian, and side bends. And then does it hurt? Yes, honestly, if you ask me, I've done waxing, I've done that, and I will say waxing is painful. But if you ask me how painful laser hair treatment is on a scale of 10, I would definitely say 12 out of 10. The first session is not bad, but it's uncomfortable because it's your first time. So I'll say that pain is like 9 out of 10. Second, third session, I'm currently in my third session, so I'm not further along. I'm just in my third session. So my third session was definitely painful. So I was like, is this, you know, what, like how it's always painful? And it was like, yeah, we increase the frequency every session as you go, otherwise like your skin or like your hair is getting used to the same frequency, so they increase the frequency as you go further. So the third session was very painful. Like I couldn't be still, like it was so painful, especially down there. And because here it's very fast, because it's not a lot of hair, it's very fast, so it goes by very fast. Oh, another thing I want to add to the process is that you go back after at least 8 weeks, so after at least 2 months. So how my package was, I'll talk about that as I go to pricing as well. My package was actually just the 3 stuff, but then again you get 16 months of that. And so in those 16 months there's like a 2 months lag for you to go back for your sessions. So there's approximately 8 sessions, and those are the recommended sessions that you need to get for it to have like a permanent effect, or like for it to be like a permanent hair removal. So 6 to 8 sessions is the recommended. If you do 1-2 sessions, it won't really be a permanent hair removal. It will reduce the hair that's growing back, but it won't be a permanent hair removal. So you need to go for like 6 to 8 sessions. So 16 months give you approximately 8 sessions if you commit to going every 2 months. So yeah, there's that. So let's kind of dive into pricing a little bit here. So with the pricing, right, the pre-anal extended was $600. This is for 16 months, $600, so 8 sessions. And then full bikini was $1,300. Like I said, full bikini was bikini area, my whole private parts and everything. And then underarms was $1,000, and the side bends were $1,050. So overall it was about roughly $4,000. And the good and the bad part was that the good part was that I didn't have to feel a big pinch of this amount, because I didn't have to pay it all at once. They actually like have monthly like payments, and so you can pay per month in a specific time period. So I think I signed up for like paying for 3 years or something. And so the bad part is that I have to pay interest on that, since I'm not paying the full lump sum. So interest on that. And so the total amount calculated that I'll be paying based on interest and this $4,000 is around $5,000. So right now I'm paying per month. But then again, I am just paying more than what I'm required to. So I pay back faster, and that reduces my interest payments, because there's no penalty for paying it faster than intended. Yeah, so that's the pricing. $4,000 if you're paying a lump sum, and more than that if you are planning to pay per month. can you consider laser hair treatment if you have ingrown hair? Definitely. I think that's the biggest reason people actually consider laser hair treatment. I forgot to mention that one of my biggest issues with hair removal has been like ingrown hair, especially when you shave a lot, or especially if you have thick hair or coarse hair. And so like this is the perfect solution to ingrown hair. It's permanent solution, and I think just overall too, it gets cheaper, because if you think about it, you're spending 4,000 or 5,000 on this process, but you're gonna spend years of not like buying shaving. People don't really shave anymore anyway, so like waxing, for example, like going on waxing appointments, you just go maybe like a 1 year touch up, which is cheap. It'll probably be like $200 per year or whatever for the touch-ups. So it's definitely an investment as well in that instance. And so the other question was cost. I've already talked about cost. Like I said, it is that, and personally I do think it's like a really huge investment if you want to remove hair on your body permanently. Is hair permanent removal for boys? I guess it's asking if it's like permanent for guys as well. Definitely, I actually see a lot of men going to these appointments. Some people just want to have like a clear beard like line, clear hairline. Like some men don't want to have hair like in the stomach or be like in the back or whatever it is. Like it's not like exclusive to women, it's exclusive to anybody who has hair and they're uncomfortable with that hair on their body, or they have to constantly like shave that hair. So yeah, it's definitely for men as well. And it is, like I said, a form of permanent hair removal. Even though it's not like permanent, it is permanent in comparison to a lot of hair removal treatments. Is it painful? Like I said, definitely. Guys, the pain, I'm sorry, but I've never experienced that pain. It is so painful, I won't lie. It's painful. Be prepared for the pain. And it's not like waxing pain. It's like, how can I say, it's like a wire, you know, like a silver wire. You burn it and somebody puts it on your body and then they take it off faster, like that kind of pain. But you can feel like it's like something, it sort of feels like something removing hair, but it's also like bending the roots of the hair or something. But one thing for sure, it is very fast. It doesn't take long. Like for all my area, side bends, it takes like a minute. Like both sides, it takes like a minute. Armpits also very fast. This part kind of takes a little bit longer, but not really. So overall, I'll say like 15 minutes for all my 3 parts. So it's very fast. It's painful, unbearable, uncomfortable, but it's very fast. And just to talk a little bit also about my results so far. So like I said, I've done 3 sessions so far. So I'm still about 5 sessions away from the ultimate results, but I started seeing improvement even from my first session. Like when I had my first session, that was like last year November, I believe. The second day, because they always say don't expose yourself to like sun or like hot water, whatever, so I bathed with like cold water, and then like hair was falling off. Like I had shaved before I went to the session, to the appointment, but hair started falling off, and that's, they want me like hair will start falling off just because the roots are now weak, you know. So hair started falling off, and for those 2 months I didn't shave or do anything to my hair because hair was just falling off and there was no more hair. There were like little patches where hair will grow, so I'll shave that, but I mostly just shave like the day before my appointment, my second appointment, because then they always recommend you try to shave everything off before your appointment so it's less painful, and also so that the light can kind of like see where the hair is and stuff like that, and kind of tackle the roots. So I mostly just shaved really before my second appointment. So those 2 months I was like living free. I didn't need to worry about shaving. It was good. I was already starting to see results, but just those little patches. Second hair removal, same thing, but because there was no lots of hair growing back, there was no lots of shedding as well, but I could see that hair was still like shedding, and then there will also be like little patches. Same thing with third session. I didn't shave until like the day before my session, shaved off like the little patches or like the fine hair that's there. And yeah, that's all I've been doing. I haven't shaved like every week or every month ever since I started doing this. So I've already started seeing results. The only thing that I'll say is like, right now I'm also trying to like making sure that the pigmentation that I had before from like creaming, shaving, waxing is fading away. I think that's gonna take a little bit longer than, you know, the hair part, but I've also started seeing like an improvement. I had really dark armpits. I've tried also a couple of things with that, like creaming to help with like the pigmentation. That didn't really work, but I'm gonna show you guys here a photo of how my armpits look like. I don't really have like a before picture because I never took before pictures of my armpits because I wasn't happy with them. But yeah, this is how I look right now. I can promise you that it looked so bad before, like there was like hyperpigmentation and my hair will grow back fast and like really coarse, and it was a lot. But now it grows back like slowly, if any, and it's not a lot, and I could see an improvement in like the color of my armpits. But yeah, that's all guys. Thank you so much for coming to my channel again. Like I said, for me personally, this is an investment. I'm definitely happy that I'm doing it, and I believe that I'll be really happy with my end results as well. I will highly recommend laser hair treatment if you have shaving problems, razor hair bump problems, if you have ingrown hair problems, if you have problems with buying hair removal stuff every month or every week. Definitely laser hair treatment is an investment that you shouldn't let pass by. Thank you for coming again, and I wish you have a great time, and I'll see you next time with an amazing video featuring a guest.